Number 5. Helltown, Ohio is known as being one of the most haunted, dangerous places in the world. The once well-established small town was eventually shut down sometime in the 1970s, after the government purchased the area, planning to tear down all of the housing and businesses to make room for a national park. Though, for reasons unknown, this park never came, and the houses were never demolished. For the last 40 years, the houses have been laying uninhabited, decaying, and simply begging to be destroyed, but that day has never come. Rumor has it that visitors have witnessed many unwanted guests wandering the town, as well as the woods surrounding it. These include Satanists, members of the KKK, an escaped mental patient, and the most outlandish of them all, mutant humans who've been allegedly affected by some sort of chemical spill. Take a look at a short clip of video that was filmed in the town.
We have returned to Helltown. It's been one of my most viewed videos on YouTube ever. I want to thank everybody for the views. I'll also get back to some questions I've had, some concerns. This right here is one of the churches here in Helltown. How this is well manicured. That has to do with the fact that this was taken over by eminent domain by the state park system, and so they maintain it. That's probably what that truck's doing there, unless it's just a fellow explorer like me. Piles of wood right there. That was the farming equipment from the last time. It's completely overgrown. People say this isn't a ghost town. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, if this isn't out of...
Number 4. Stoll, Kansas is quite the town. It was originally founded back in the 1800s, formerly known as Deer Creek, though it was renamed to Stoll by the early 1900s, taking its name from a prominent townsman. This small town is located just 10 miles away from Topeka, so it's certainly not isolated, though it does contain its fair share of disturbing history. In the 1900s, an older gentleman was tending his farm, burning his crops to make room for next year's product. Though after his field had been burnt, he noticed that his son had gone missing. Upon searching for the boy, he found that he'd gotten caught in the blaze and was burned alive. Years later, another man from Stoll went missing for a number of days, though he was eventually found hanging from a nearby tree with foul play likely being involved. Additionally, some claim that the Stoll Cemetery is one of Earth's 7 gateways to hell. It's believed that an old church on the property was being used by cults, and had, perhaps intentionally, opened up a portal to the afterlife. The church has since been demolished, though some still claim to witness strange, unexplained events taking place in the cemetery from time to time. This area of the town is believed to be so condemned that the Pope himself even refused to allow his plane to fly over the town as he was traveling over East Kansas. Take a look at a clip from a video that was taken documenting the cemetery. Number 3. The Ridges was originally known as the Athens Lunatic Asylum. The asylum was known to have performed all sorts of untested experimental treatments on patients, including hundreds of unnecessary lobotomies. with doctors claiming that some forms of epilepsy were actually forms of mental insanity. Athens, Ohio is known worldwide as being one of the most haunted places on Earth, with many believing Ohio University to be the cause of this. Though one of the most terrifying stories of the town involves the previously mentioned Ridges Asylum. Sometime in the 1900s, a mentally ill patient fled from her room of the hospital and went missing for 6 weeks. She was later found in an unused portion of the hospital where she'd died and taken off all of her clothes, neatly folded them, lied down on the floor, and simply died. Her body left a permanent stain on the ground which can allegedly still be seen to this day. Take a look at a short clip of video that was recorded at the asylum. Number 2. The town of Humberstone, located in Chile, was established in 1872 after a large salt mine had been found in the nearby area. After residents began to mine the cavern, the town did quite well for itself. That is, until the early to mid-1900s when the Great Depression hit and the town began to decline, ultimately becoming abandoned by 1960. The town was simply left to rot for the next 50 years. Many rumors have circulated claiming to have seen corpses rising from the dead in Humberstone Cemetery, as well as disembodied voices. These claims are so widely believed to be true that no one from surrounding areas has set foot in the town for years. In fact, to further amplify these claims, the local cemetery has been found to have had opened graves, with bodies lying fully exposed. Whether it's grave robbers or truly some superstitious act, you likely want to stay away from this village. Number 1. Philadelphia State Hospital is known as being one of the worst hospitals to have ever existed, widely known for its mistreatment of patients. The hospital was founded in 1907, with its maximum occupancy being reached by 1960, housing a staggering 7,000 patients. This hospital was home to all sorts of patients, including the criminally insane, mentally ill, and physically ill. Though due to its absurdly large capacity, it didn't take long for word of malpractice and mistreatment to travel, with the hospital being forced to shut down by 1999 because of this. It's since lied abandoned and has become home to all sorts of vandals, secretive cults, and robbers throughout the years. Though this hospital wasn't only known for its simple mistreatment of patients. In fact, when it was investigated by officials, they found that patients had strewn feces all throughout the hallways. Staff had been brutally beating mentally incapable patients. One patient had a tooth pulled without any sort of pain reliever, and the body of another patient simply vanished, and no one has found him to this day. In fact, even as the hospital was closing and patients were being evacuated, fresh bodies were being pulled from the Delaware River, where workers had simply dumped them so that they didn't have to deal with the paperwork. Because of this, Philadelphia State Hospital truly is one of the most terrifying places on Earth. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to click that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to keep updated with our videos.